Have you ever wondered how the rich tapestry of India's economy came to be? Let's journey back in time to the cradle of civilization, the Indus Valley. This region, flourishing around 3300 to 1300 BCE, was one of the earliest urban civilizations globally. Its advanced cities were a marvel, boasting sophisticated plumbing, sanitation systems, and art and architecture that could give any modern city a run for its money. But the Indus Valley civilization wasn't just about grandeur. It was also a hub of vibrant economic activities. From agriculture to various industries, it was a bustling marketplace, setting the stage for a thriving economic system. And it wasn't just about goods and services. The civilization was also a pioneer when it came to the concept of urban planning. The intricate city layouts and the efficient distribution of resources speak volumes about their economic acumen. As we move forward in time, we encounter the Maurya Empire and the classical kingdoms. These periods were not just about political unity and power, but they were also times of immense prosperity. The Maurya Empire, in particular, contributed significantly to India's economic growth. Trade activities were at their peak, and the economy was thriving. Religion and the joint family system also played influential roles in shaping economic activities. These weren't just social constructs, they were the pillars that supported and strengthened the economic structure. And let's not forget the Shreni, collective economic organizations that had legal rights and central management. They were prevalent during these periods and played a crucial role in the economic system. The first metallic coins minted in ancient India, the punch-marked silver coins, are a testament to the advanced economic system that was in place. And so, the foundation of India's economy was laid with prosperity, unity, and intensive trade activities. This was the beginning of a journey that would see many ups and downs, twists and turns, leading to the India we know today. But that's a tale for another day. As time went on, the Mughal Empire emerged, taking India's economy to unprecedented heights. This period, spanning from the 16th to the 18th century, marked a golden era in the annals of Indian economic history. The Mughals didn't just rule, they flourished, and with them, so did the economy. The Mughals were master strategists, not just in warfare, but in trade and commerce too. Their reign saw a surge in the trade of spices, textiles, and other goods. Indian spices were no longer just a local affair, they were now a global phenomenon, making their way to the kitchens of Europe and beyond. And let's not forget the textiles. The intricate weavings on the looms of India were now draping the nobility of the world. The Mughals also introduced standardized weights and measures along with a uniform currency system, which further boosted the trade. They built grand markets and trade routes connecting India with the rest of the world, making it a hub for international commerce. But it wasn't just about the goods. The Mughals also fostered a vibrant culture of art and architecture, attracting artisans, poets, and scholars from around the globe. This cultural exchange not only enriched the Indian society, but also added another dimension to its economy. Now here's a fun fact for you. During the 17th century, under the Mughal rule, India was estimated to have the largest economy in the world. Yes, you heard it right, the largest in the world. It was a time when the Indian subcontinent contributed to nearly a quarter of the global economic output. Quite an achievement, wouldn't you agree? In the realm of the Mughals, India shone brightly as an economic powerhouse. This golden age was indeed a testament to India's economic potential, a potential that continues to shape its journey even today. But as the sun set on the Mughal Empire, a new era dawned, the era of British colonialism. A profound shift was underway as the British East India Company set foot on the Indian subcontinent in the 17th century. This was not just a simple visit. It marked the beginning of British control over India's trade and economy. Over the next couple of centuries, the British, with their shrewd and strategic maneuvers, gradually took control of the Indian market. It was akin to a silent invasion, one that was economic rather than military. British control wasn't limited to the market alone. They introduced a new system of land ownership, one that favored British landlords. This new system, while ensuring a steady flow of revenue for the British, disrupted the traditional agrarian society and led to widespread distress among the Indian peasantry. The British didn't stop there. They deindustrialized India, turning it into a source of raw materials for their factories back home. The once world-renowned Indian textile industry was systematically dismantled, its skilled artisans reduced to mere laborers. India's economy, once diverse and vibrant, now hinged precariously on agriculture. In the grand scheme of the British Empire, India was relegated to the role of a supplier of raw materials and a market for finished goods. This shift towards agriculture and away from manufacturing resulted in a decline in India's share of global manufacturing from 25% in the mid-18th century to just 2% by the time of independence. The British colonial period was a time of significant economic transformation for India, but not in a good way. The policies and practices of the British led to a rapid and severe decline in India's economic stature. It was a period of economic regression, a stark contrast to the prosperity of the Mughal era. Under the British yoke, India's once thriving economy faltered and declined. The sun had set on the era of British colonialism, leaving in its wake a nation struggling to regain its economic footing. Yet, as we'll see in the next scene, this was not the end of India's economic journey, but rather the beginning of a new, challenging but ultimately triumphant chapter. In 1947, a new chapter began in India's history: independence from British rule. This was a moment of great joy and optimism, a moment where the nation could finally chart its own course. But it was also a time of great economic challenges. Decades of British colonial rule had left the country's economy in tatters, its once thriving industry and commerce reduced to a mere shadow of their former glory. In the immediate aftermath of independence, India turned to socialism. The government took on a central role in the economy, controlling key sectors and implementing 5-year plans to stimulate growth. This strategy bore some fruit. The country did witness economic growth, and there were significant strides in areas like steel production, energy, and infrastructure. But all was not rosy. The heavy hand of government control also led to inefficiencies and widespread corruption. Red tape and bureaucracy became the norm, and the economy struggled under the weight of this administrative burden. Despite the growth, many Indians remained mired in poverty. Then, in the early 1990s, India took a radical turn. The country began to liberalize its economy, opening its doors to foreign investment and trade. Economic liberalization, though initially met with skepticism, proved to be a game changer. The economy started growing at a much faster rate. Sectors like information technology and telecommunications blossomed, and India's middle class began to expand. This growth, however, was not without its challenges. Despite significant economic progress, issues like poverty, inequality, and corruption persist. But with each challenge, there is also an opportunities to innovate, to improve, to build a stronger and more resilient economy. With independence and economic reforms, India began its journey towards reclaiming its economic prowess. From the depths of colonial rule to the heights of economic liberalization, India's story is one of resilience and determination. And as the country moves forward, it continues to write new chapters in this fascinating economic tale. In the 21st century, India stands on the cusp of great economic possibilities. A road lies ahead, filled with twists and turns, yet also teeming with opportunities. This road is paved with the challenges of poverty, inequality, and corruption, problems that India has grappled with for decades. Poverty is a lingering shadow, casting its gloom over millions of lives. It's a hurdle that must be overcome for prosperity to truly reach every corner of this vast nation. The gap between the rich and the poor is a steep ravine. a chasm of inequality that needs bridging. Corruption, that sly thief, often sneaks in, undermining progress. It's a foe that must be confronted and defeated for the nation to stride forward unimpeded on its path of growth. Yet, even as we acknowledge these challenges, it's equally important to recognize the immense opportunities that lay on this road ahead. Imagine a massive army, millions strong. That's India's workforce, a formidable force that can drive the engine of growth. It's not just about the numbers, though. It's about the skill, the talent, the creativity that this workforce brings to the table. Then there's the entrepreneurial spirit, a spark that's been kindled in the hearts of many Indians. Startups are sprouting up, innovations are blooming, and the spirit of Make in India is echoing across the nation. And let's not forget the rapidly expanding middle class, a potent consumer base that's bolstering the domestic market and driving demand. With its rich history and potential, India's economic journey is far from over. It's a journey filled with lessons, challenges, and opportunities, a journey worth watching. The road ahead may be long and winding, but with determination, innovation, and resilience, India is poised to travel far on this economic journey. The 21st century could indeed become India's century.